So lots of questions about the price or the cost of dental implants. What affects the cost?
So this is probably the most frequently asked question that we get at our office
Okay.
when patients are interested. So I have a list here, Andy, because there are really 8 main factors that I feel have the biggest impact on the cost. So let me run through these so I can give you a good answer. The number one issue is the number of doctors involved. So a lot of times the way this is typically done, getting new teeth on implants, is you'll go to multiple offices. You may have to go see a surgeon to place the implants, another office to have the teeth put on, another office to have them maintained. At our office, we do it all under one roof. We do all the procedures with one doctor, with one team, so we have a set cost. One of the second factors is the type of the implant that's chosen. So this isn't something that patients are going to have information to, but there are so many types of implants. There are knockoff implants from other countries that are extremely inexpensive. There are mini implants which we don't use in our practice. The research shows they're just not as strong, not as long-lasting of an option. So in terms of the type of implant too, Randy, we are using the gold standard in implants. We use the implant that we know has the most success, the most longevity. And there's a lot of easy ways to cut corners. So, the type of implant that a doctor uses has a big effect on cost. The lab that an office uses. So a lab has a lot of influence on how much cost. So we have invested heavily to be able to keep a lot of the work that we do in our office. We're 3D printing our bridges in the room next door.
So the teeth are made right there.
The teeth are made right here.
Okay.
So we don't have a big expensive lab bill when we're getting patients new teeth to put on the implant. So that makes a huge difference. Where a lot of offices, they may be sending them to inferior labs. They may be getting inferior quality.
And that's how you used to do it.
That's how it used to be done. You used to have to send it out, but now we've invested heavily to be able to keep it in our office. Insurance. So
yeah, what does insurance cover?
Very little, and that's a big hurdle we have to get patients to understand that have been in an insurance mindset for so long when it comes to their dental work. Insurance maybe will pay for $1,000, $1,500 of this procedure, and that's just what they pay.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we'd love to take it if we could, but Medicaid, Medicare, they don't pay for this. So what we end up, this is why we work with a lot of different lenders, with different lending companies.
So people do finance
People finance this all the time.
Like half of them? More than that?
I would say at least half, if not more. They either save up for it, or they finance it, and you do have to have good credit. It will check your credit, but they do allow cosigners. So we're able to find ways for patients to have this done that really want to have it done. So another one, Randy, that affects the cost is what are you getting for what's being advertised, what you're paying for. I see this all the time, around our hometown. I see it, when I'm traveling.
On Google, we were Googling.
We see it on Google. We were looking at it before, but what are you getting for? I see advertisements all the time that say teeth on implants, and they may be advertised for $6,000, $8,000, but all you're getting is a denture that snaps onto 2 implants. Those patients, they may be an improvement for where patients started, but patients are still miserable in them. They still rock. They need to be adjusted constantly.
So it's out-of-pocket expense to maintain them?
It's an out-of-pocket expense. Okay. That includes whatever that initial cost is just to get the teeth and the implants in your mouth. And then there's a huge amount of labor and cost to keep them. So I will do them, Randy. I've done them for years, and I hope I get to a point where I just don't have to do them anymore.
Because the patients just aren't happy.
The patients aren't happy, and the hardest part is knowing how happy they could be with 2 more implants, 3 more implants, and having a bridge that don't come out. Teeth that don't come out. So again, it's an option, but patients need to be careful about what's being advertised, because there's a lot of, I don't think it's the dentist's fault. I don't think they're doing it on purpose. I think they just are told to do it this way.
Like a consultant tells them to do it.
I think so. It's just that's sort of the game that
they're
playing.
Look, and correct me if I'm wrong, that it seems like if they're misleading on one thing, what else are they misleading about?
Right. Yeah, I think it does. It tends to be a recurring theme if you're getting that from the start. Another significant factor, Andy, is our material. So there's a big difference in what may be advertised in what the final product is. What do you mean
materials, by the way? What are we talking about?
So materials would be the material that your final teeth made out of. There are offices that will advertise your new teeth on implants, but that final set of teeth is going to be acrylic. They're basically the same plastic material that denture teeth are made out of.
Okay.
Our final, when patients come to see us, their final set of teeth is made with zirconium. So it's the gold standard. it not only is the strongest, which it absolutely is, it's extremely strong, but it looks amazing. The teeth look so natural, the gum tissue looks natural. All of these aesthetic factors combined with the strength of the material are what make it the gold standard. So that is another big differentiation between what some offices may consider your final set of teeth and what we consider your final set of teeth. Another big factor is the extent of the surgery required. So some patients may go to offices that recommend a significant amount of bone grafting to be done prior. They may say that you need a specific amount of surgery before you'd even be a candidate. And a lot of that has to do with the skills and the knowledge of the dentist. So one factor I think that helps in our office is we can still be able to help patients to get their implants, their new teeth on implants without requiring a lot of extra surgery and a lot of extra work. So last but not least, Randy, is the surgeon's experience, the dentist's experience with doing the surgery. You do not want to go see a dentist that doesn't do this regularly. It's a complex procedure and it can be really bad when it's not done correctly. The last thing you want to do is pay to have this redone. So you want to go to a dentist, to an office that is doing this regularly. To a dentist.
You do this every week?
We do it every week. This is my specialty, Randy. So in our office, I have 3 other doctors that do general dentistry. We do all kinds of general dentistry, from kids to 100 years old. So, but my focus, my passion is doing this dentistry, giving patients new teeth on implants.
So I guess it's tough for a patient to ask a doctor, because it can be very intimidating. Like, how much experience do you have? Things like that. Do you think that they're afraid to ask?
I think they're afraid to ask, but I also think
does anybody ever ask you what's your experience?
They absolutely do.
Oh, they do.
They want to know, how many times have I done this? They want to know.
Oh, okay.
They want to know. They want to see cases. They want to see how other patients, how their results have looked. So they want to read reviews. So this is just fortunately for those situations is the world we live in, that patients are able to do their research and find out.
So when they call your office and say, you said it's like the number one thing they want to know on the phone, how much is it? It's just not that simple.
It's not that simple.
Do you think it would be misleading to give them a quote on the phone without looking at them? Give me your thoughts on that.
I think it would be misleading, and it just wouldn't be fair, because we really need to make sure they're a candidate to have new teeth on implants. Okay. And so that's the most important factor, is being able to come in and talk to them.